This is the Smash Bros. Cast, Episode 3. I'm your host, N64 Josh. In this episode, we are going to be covering the history of Smash Bros. Melee. So, the developer, HAL Laboratories, again. Release date, in Japan, November 21st, 2001. North America, December 3rd, 2001. Shortly after the GameCube launched. In Europe and Australia were the following year on May 24th and 31st, 2002. As far as the development, Masahiro Sakurai was back in the driver's seat for the sequel to Smash 64, and it would push him to a point that he referred to as destructive. It was the biggest project that he had ever led, and because of that, he took 0 holidays and had little to no weekends. I've even heard some reports that he took 1 day off in the final stretch of Melee. So crazy. He refers to Melee as the sharpest game in the series, and I think that even held up after Brawl was out. He still referred to it as that. With this game releasing so close to the launch of the GameCube, the team really wanted to show the power of the system, so they worked with 3 different animation studios to complete the opening sequence. And I gotta say, that did not disappoint. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. As far as the character list, we had some more characters this time around. Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, Kirby, Fox, Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Captain Falcon, Ness, Peach, Bowser, Dr. Mario, Zelda/Sheik, Ganondorf, Young Link, Falco, Mewtwo, Pichu, Ice Climbers, Marth, Roy, Mr. Game & Watch. So, the cast grew quite a bit. Let's talk about the reception of Melee. Melee was the top-selling GameCube game at 7.09 million units. It became the fastest-selling GameCube title in Japan, selling almost 360,000 copies in 4 days. Most critics and news outlets praised the game. Melee sits at a 92 out of 100 on Metacritic. IGN gave it a 9.6 out of 10. Eurogamer gave it a 10 out of 10. Nintendo Power gave it a 5 out of 5. And then Edge Magazine, who now gives more 10s out of 10s to Nintendo than any other company, gave it a 6 out of 10. Competitive Melee. This has become one of the most interesting factors for me as I've started to study and research this game, and I can't believe the community and the things that they did. And so let's get into it here. The term I hear most often with Melee and the competitive scene is a happy accident. Here's this casual party game being played at a level I never thought was possible. I'm not even sure the developers thought it was possible. The community discovered techniques like wave dashing, dash dancing, directional influence, and L canceling. Soon after, small tournaments were being held in homes and in game shops. Matt Deasy, hopefully I got his name correct, began hosting the Tournament Go series in Northern California and came up with a rule set of legal stages and tournament procedures. More tournaments began to spring up and the community was growing. In 2004, Melee was added to the MLG's largest tournaments. So this last weekend, I came across a documentary and I watched the entire thing, and it's all about the Melee competitive scene from its roots till about 2013. I'm going to warn you, it's 4 hours long. So, maybe I actually played quite a bit of Smash while I was watching it on my 3DS or my 2DS. So really cool though. I really enjoyed getting to see the history of the scene, how it all started, seeing the rivals between the West Coast and the East Coast, getting to know the pro players that were winning these tournaments, like Ken and Mango. Really a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And I've included a link to it in the show notes that you'll find at n64josh.com/SBC3. Again, I warn you, 4 hours long, so just be prepared. It's worth a watch, though. Even if you break it up into small portions, it's worth watching. And it's recorded that way. It's recorded in half-hour episodes. So a half-hour to 40-minute episodes, I think. So you can consume it in a... you don't have to go crazy like I did and basically watch the whole thing in one day. Was good, though. It was good. So my history with Melee, it's kind of cool. This is a very fond memory of mine. Christmas morning, 2001, my wife surprised me with a GameCube and had all of our family members and friends buy me games and controllers. So we had very little money at the time. We just had our youngest was going to be turning 1, and we were in our early 20s. I was 21 at the time, I think. 21. Yeah. 20, actually. I hadn't even turned 21 yet. So we were young. And this was crazy. I was so surprised. Smash was one of the 3 games that I got that year. And the moment I fired it up, I was blown away by what I was seeing. The opening cinematic was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was like magic, basically. And you have to remember, I was playing games like Perfect Dark, Donkey Kong 64, Mario Kart 64. So this was a massive improvement. It was a massive improvement. And I basically just sat down with Melee and I unlocked all the characters. I love checking out the trophies. I especially love checking out the proximity mine from Perfect Dark. And sadly, Microsoft crushed my dreams of getting Perfect Dark on the GameCube. And never happened. It never happened. So even seeing that trophy now is super just like bittersweet for me because I was such a huge fan of Perfect Dark. But, there it I can still look back on the 64 one fondly. The 361, So, unfortunately, I didn't have many friends to play Melee with. So, after I unlocked all the characters, I didn't get nearly as much playtime with Melee as I would have liked. And this is one of the things that I'm going to always remember about this game. In 2002, EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, posted that Sonic could be unlocked in Melee, and I spent forever trying to knock out 20 wireframes on the cruel difficulty. And when I finally did, there was no Sonic. And I'm talking, I spent a lot of time doing this. So I later found out that Nintendo Power eventually put out an article saying it was an April Fool's joke and there was no Sonic and Tails in Electronic Gaming Monthly. Now, came out in April, but this looked legit. It had pictures of Sonic in game. It had the character select screen, had Sonic and Tails. It showed the new challenger approaching. These were all photographs that had just been doctored, and it looked real. And the internet was in its infancy at that time. And there, so any kind of like chat rooms or forums that did exist, the community was really torn on whether or not this was a real thing or whether or not this was fake. And so even after Nintendo said it wasn't, there were still people. And then EGM didn't help because they said, oh, no, we didn't mean 20 wireframes. We meant 200. So even after that was done, Sonic Tails were never unlocked. It was proved to be false. And they got me. That was one of the first times that had happened to me, where a gaming magazine had basically fooled me. But I spent so much time, and fighting those wireframes and the cruel difficulty is not easy. It is not easy. And I would play and die and start again, play and die. And that was the main thing I did with Smash, to the point that I did it so much that I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this. And so I really didn't get a lot of the best part of Smash was playing multiplayer. My wife was like, that game is too fast. I can't see even where I'm at. And I had a good time with it, but just nobody to play with. And I just got tired of fighting the computer all the time. So I didn't get the time I would have liked with it, but I'm remedying that now. And playing a little bit of Melee, playing a lot of the latest Smash on Wii U and 3DS. And can't wait for the Switch to come out. So that is a brief history of Melee. I want to talk to you guys about what I've been doing for my Smash practice. I know we're doing a lot of episodes real quick this week, and the reason for that is I want this show. We're finally on iTunes. We'll be on Google Play soon. We're on Stitcher now. And if you're liking this show, if you're enjoying it, please, on iTunes, leave me a 5-star review. If we can get enough reviews in the first week, we're going to get this show in the new and noteworthy. It'll help get a lot more eyes on it, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So, my Smash practice, not going to go into great detail on anything else, because I'm still working on the same stuff from the earlier episodes. I'm spending time just focusing on defense right now. I did finally beat the computer, the level 9 computer, and that felt good. I've been playing as Mario, but I feel like I may need to branch out and try some other characters. I've played a lot of Smash with Link. I've played quite a bit with Bayonetta. I've done some Ryu, some Little Mac. I even played with Falco and Fox, and so I've played with a lot of characters, and I don't think it would be too hard for me to try to really figure out which one I felt the most comfortable with. But I'm just feeling like for my playstyle, or the way I'm able to pull off moves, that Mario may not be the best. I played against somebody in the community tonight during my stream, and I think we played a total of 3 or 4 matches, and I only won one of the matches as Mario, and I only played as Mario the whole time. And I gotta tell you, the lag online is brutal. And I mean, a lot of you guys listening to this probably already know that, but it makes trying to it just makes your inputs almost impossible at some points. And so next time I'm going to make sure I'm hardwired. He's going to do the same. Nightcrawler, thanks for the games, buddy. I appreciate it. And it was fun, though. It was, although there was lag, it was nice playing against a human player, kind of beginning to watch the tendencies or the things that he might be doing that I could begin to counter and get a game plan going against. Okay, he's doing this move more often than any other move, so how can I counter this? And beginning to build a strategy, and that was fun. So if you're like me, you're just kind of wanting to really improve, keep working on the defense. Work on getting your shield to come out at the right time. The spot dodge is really important. Your dodge, make sure you're not dodging and then ending up with your back facing your opponent, because that can happen if you're not careful about when you do that. So, just work on the timing and the pacing, and find some people to play with. Come into the Discord, right? Come into the n64josh.com/Discord. Just just put a little post says, hey, I'm looking for people to play Smash with. Well, you're going to find people. You're going to find people. We have that Nightcrawler that I mentioned earlier. He just bought a 3DS today and Smash so that he can play it both on 3DS and Wii U. So there are people in the community on both systems, and we want to improve. The Discord for this show, like the server for this show, has a bunch of people that are like, oh my gosh, I have the bug again. I can't wait to play more Smash. So if that's you and you're just learning, or if you're an advanced player and you want to help a bunch of us out just to improve, come on over and hang out with us. Remember, your homework for each one of these episodes is play 10 For Glory matches. And in the comments, in the show notes, n64josh.com/SBC3, let me know your win-to-loss ratio and let me know what you're learning. Let me know what you learned from those matches. Like I said, tonight, playing with Nightcrawler, the biggest thing was just kind of watching what he would do, maybe seeing some of his tendencies, and then trying to figure out a way to counter them. And did that always work out? No, but that's the beauty of it. You're just constantly learning, constantly getting better, and you're having a blast doing it. So thank you so much for listening. Guys, if you enjoyed the music that is playing right now, that is from Richard EB. If you want to check out the full song on YouTube, go to n64josh.com/Metal Melee. It'll take you right to YouTube, right to the video. You can see him just shredding on the guitar. It's awesome. I have a couple sponsors, guys. audibletrial.com/SBC gets you a free audiobook of your choice. I recommend Ready Player One, Armada, Game of Thrones is good, Super Mario, all of them great choices. audibletrial.com/SBC. OPSeat.com, comfortable, affordable gaming chairs. Use coupon code N64Josh to save $10. That's OPSeat.com. The show notes for this episode will be found at N64Josh.com/SBC3. Again, join the community. Come hang out in the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. It will take you right to our Discord. If you don't have the app downloaded and you go to it on your phone, it'll take you right to the App Store after it opens up your web browser so that you can download the app and just come and hang out with us. It has the opportunity for voice chat. That was one of the things we did tonight when we played, is we jumped into voice chat and we're able to communicate and talk, and it was a fun time. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at N64Josh. Guys, I do stream on a regular basis. Smash is going to become a regular part of my streams. Right now, Mondays, we race Mario Kart, but I think we're going to mix in a little Mario Kart with probably a little more Smash, maybe a little Splatoon here and there. Twitch.tv/N64Josh. I'm on every other social media that I'm aware of: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, Snapchat, and Vero. There's free content and exclusive content on Patreon. You can go check that out if you'd like. And if you're just listening to this show and you want to watch it, there is a video on YouTube where you can watch Marth and Fox just going at it. I have them set on the highest difficulty for Melee, and they're at 99 lives, and looks like Fox is actually beating Marth fairly significantly. So if you want to check that out, youtube.com/N64Josh. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. If you have any questions, comments, anything, leave it in the comment section on the show notes. If you're watching the video on YouTube, like, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for your time. And in the next one, we're going to be looking at the history of Brawl. Probably coming out Friday. So thank you again. We'll see you then.